I'm not someone who struggled to pass a project manager exam. I actually passed the PMP after about a month of starting on my first try. I had already done the CAPM, the CSM. I had real project experience and I was managing a team of 12 at a time. So on paper, I looked like someone who should have been getting calls. I wasn't. For about 11 months after earning my PMP, I applied to more than 300 project management jobs. I rewrote my resume more than 15 times. I got over 50 rejection emails, and a lot of silence that never turned into a rejection at all. So if you are wondering whether the PMP is worth getting, I'm going to give you an honest answer. But I also want to be real with you about something most people don't say out loud. The PMP gave me credibility. It did not give me interviews. And for a long time, I didn't understand the difference. Let me walk you through what I got wrong and what eventually changed. My project management journey started in 2018. I was in operations analysis. I was picking up project work, process optimization, cross-team coordination, system migrations. I was doing PM work for years before I ever heard the term PMP. Then in early 2021, an internal project manager opening came up at my company. I jumped at it. I reached out to the VP running the team. He agreed to a 30-minute chat. I thought it went okay. It didn't. He told me, and I still remember this. If you started project management, you will have known the answers to these questions. I didn't get an interview. I didn't even get a callback. I lost what was probably my best shot at breaking in because I hadn't done the formal preparation. That stunk, but it woke me up. So I went hard. 4 months later, I had my CAPM, my CSM, and my PMP. June 30th, 2021. I passed the PMP on the first try, 1 month of studying. And then I started applying and applying and applying. Here's the thing I didn't understand at the time. The PMP told recruiters I was serious. It told them I understood the fundamentals. It showed up in the ATS search, but it did not tell them whether I could solve their specific problem in the specific industry at their specific company. That's a very different question. Think about it this way. In 2025, the average job posting received 244 applications. In 2022, it was 116, and recruiter headcounts at most companies dropped by more than half over the same period. So you have twice as many people chasing the same roles with fewer people on the other side to read them. The PMP makes you one of many. It doesn't make you obvious. And that's what I was missing. I had the credential, but my resume still read like an operations manager who had passed an exam, not like a project manager who had delivered results. That's not the same thing. So what eventually moved the needle for me? 3 things. First, translation. I had to stop listing what my job title said I did and start describing my work in PM language. Stakeholder management, risk identification, delivery against scope, business acumen, not because those were buzzwords, but because those were the actual language hiring managers were scanning for. My experience hadn't changed. The way I framed it changed. Second, targeting. I stopped applying to every project manager job I could find and started being selective where my operations background was generally relevant. When I landed my first PM role, it was on the team running reconciliation systems. That connected directly to my background. I wasn't a long shot. I was an obvious fit. That's a completely different conversation to walk into. Third, interview prep. I built up real answers to PM interview questions, specific stories, specific outcomes, not generic responses about what a project manager does. Actual evidence from my own experience, translated into the right language. None of that required a new certification. It required building the right assets and telling a better story. Here's something most career changers never actually calculate. The cost of staying stuck. Every month you spend in your current role instead of a PM role is real money you are not earning. I built a free calculator that makes this math personal. You put in your salary, your target PM salary, how long you've been searching, and it shows you your monthly cost of delay, how much income you've already left on the table, and a full 5-year comparison of what landing sooner versus later actually means for your finances. It also models exactly when a coaching program investment pays for itself, usually under 3 months of salary difference. It takes about 2 minutes to run your own numbers. Free, no app required, link is in the description, go run it. The number might surprise you. Now I want to give you some context on where things stand today, because the market has shifted. PMI says PMP holders still earn about 17% more than non-certified peers across 21 countries. So the credential has real value. I'm not telling you to skip it. But PMI also found that professionals with strong business acumen score significantly higher on performance success factors than everyone else. It's not just about knowing the frameworks, it's about understanding the business problem the project is trying to solve. LinkedIn data shows that 93% of talent professionals now consider skill assessment critical to their hiring process. Companies running skills-first searches are more likely to make quality higher. The market is shifting from "do you have the cert" to "can you actually do the work?" And Greenhouse found something interesting. Candidates who flagged a role as their dream job moved through the hiring process about 4 times faster than everyone else. Targeted intent beats volume. That's the opposite of what most people are doing. So if you're sitting there with your PMP and wondering why the interviewers aren't coming, you are not broken. The funnel is just more crowded than it's ever been. And the credential alone doesn't cut through anymore. So here's what I actually do if I were starting from scratch today. First, get a certification if you don't have it, or plan for it. Depending on the situation and experience, it could be Google Project Management Certificate, CAPM, or PMP. I have done another video that walks you through all the major certifications. I will include the link in the description. The certification signals commitment. It opens doors. Just don't expect it to walk through them for you. Second, we build your resume around your delivery, not your title. What did you actually manage? What was the scope? Who were the stakeholders? What was the outcome? That's what interviewers want to see. Third, narrow a target before you broaden your search. What industry do you already know? What kind of project work connects to your background? The more obvious the fit, the shorter the conversation. Fourth, practice your PM interview answers before you need them, not generic answers. Your stories, real moments where you coordinated, resolved, delivered, and learned. Those are the answers that stick. And fifth, run the numbers on how long this is actually costing you, not emotionally, financially, because 11 months of delay has a dollar amount attached to it. And when you see clearly, it tends to change how urgently you move. I don't regret getting the PMP. It got me credibility, it proved I was serious, it put me in the room. But the room didn't turn into an offer until I learned how to tell the right story once I was in it. The credential is the entry fee. The positioning is the pitch. If you are 3 months into a search with your PMP and nothing is happening, this is probably the gap. Not the certification, the translation. Before you go run the free ROI calculator in the description. Put in your current salary, your target PM salary, and how long you've been searching. The math is quick. The number is real, and it will give you a much clearer picture of what this search is actually costing you, and when it makes sense to get help. Link is in the description. Takes about 2 minutes. If this helped, subscribe. I put out practical, honest content for people who are serious about becoming a project manager. No fluff, just what actually works. I will see you in the next one.